Hi, I'm Jess.
Piper.
Christopher.
And this is Coffee and Scream. How's everyone doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, Chris.
I'm good. I'm over here.
Yeah, you're on the west wing of the house.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Come on over. What'd you guys do this week?
Not a lot, but last week I did see Evanescence live.
And how were they?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Amy Lee is still awesome after all these years. I love her.
Is she tall?
A little tall.
Yeah, I don't know why she gives me a tall vibe.
Really? Because she gives me a short vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she's a girl boss. That's why she gives you the tall vibe.
You ever see Electra back in the day?
No. I need to, though.
Her song was in My Immortal, I think it was.
Oh. Okay. It's a big.
Yes.
That was a big song the year I graduated high school.
Yeah, it was.
Big.
That guy in the background, too. This not everything couldn't see. The guy in the music video.
Yeah,
The guy from Smash Mouth almost. He had like the spiked.
R.I.P.
Oh, yeah, R.I.P.
Yes.
It happened while we were gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also watched Girl Interrupted, and
I can't believe you have never seen
I
that before. They're so
rewatched
good,
and
right?
I rewatched The Breakfast Club, and yes, Girl Interrupted was so fucking good. I loved Angelina Jolie in it.
Oh my god.
She's always awesome. I love her.
She is.
Yes.
Let's see, this past week, kids have started school. Cars got broken into.
Your car got broken into.
I didn't tell you that.
No, what the fuck?
Oh my god. I didn't tell you?
No.
All right, so
I didn't tell your story yet to anyone. I kept my mouth shut.
oh, okay. Well, the other morning, I was getting the boys ready for school, and I see that my neighbor's calling, and I was like, what does she want? So I answer, and she's like, hi. She's like, so-and-so across the street, his car got broken into. You should probably check your cars. So go outside. Nothing's wrong with my car. Like, my car's fine. But the other car in my driveway was broken into. And there was, like, papers and everything, like, all mixed up. And you could tell, like, the whole thing was, like, tossed.
Ransacked.
Like, ransacked is the right word.
What car was it?
The Honda Pilot.
Ooh.
And
Your husband's?
Mr. X.
Mr. X, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So the neighbor next door to us actually had her whole car stolen. So
Did you hotwire it like it's the 90s?
I
Do people still do
Fucking
that?
insane.
I don't know.
That's like my biggest fear, like waking up one day and someone fucking took my whole ass car and like
yeah.
The spot where your car used to be.
I want a new car, so I wish they would have taken mine.
Yeah,
Like, God damn it.
because like I've had this car for 2 years now and I've already put like well over $1,000 into that car.
Dude, I lock
Hit
my
some
car.
mailboxes.
Yeah.
Do you lock your car when you just go in to grab Wawa? Or
I lock my car all the time.
Always.
So
Yes.
yeah, so does
I hate
he.
having to do that, but that's the
So
law.
does he. Like, we called the cops, and the cop, she's like, there's no damage to the car. Nothing was taken. So there's really not a whole lot. And then she's like, well, make sure you guys lock up everything. I'm like, we do. So I don't know how they
Right.
got in the car. Yeah, it's like, it's violating and creepy.
Yeah.
But we were lucky, you know.
Yeah, right, because that fucking suck.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
catalytic converters were taken.
Oh, that's a good point, too.
So,
and that,
all
like, I've
good.
seen people do that quick. Like 30
Yeah.
seconds.
So we got like the Ring doorbell set up, and the first night we had it,
Yeah, so try it.
which
I dare you.
Mind you, we've had these Ring doorbells for 2 years, and they were not set up. They were still in the box, and so that morning I was like, I bet you wish we did that. And
Well, there's got to be someone on that block with a
they
ring.
do, but like I don't talk to my neighbors. Like,
Then maybe you should. Maybe this is
Well,
what's going to bring you
yeah,
guys
we'll
together.
see.
A couple
Make 'em pie.
like
Yeah,
a couple months ago, people were going around my neighborhood stealing, like breaking into cars and everything. And Luckily my car was like untouched and everything, but like,
Hey, who's gonna touch
but-
a Kia Soul?
shut up.
Some hippie aunt is just coming to
You got nothing.
No.
Doesn't even wear shoes.
just come to see
No.
what crystals you got inside there.
I like to attribute it to my scary little stickers on the back of my car. They see that, they're like, oh, I don't want to fuck with her. She'll put a hex on me.
She's gonna coexist.
Like,
She's not gonna hurt me.
yeah. She's fine.
She'll put a fucking hex on me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, I'm glad everything is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the whole
Wholesome fucking change.
that whole night though, like the night after it happened, like the ring things were set up, and I kept waiting. It was like 3:00 in the morning. I kept waiting to get an alert, like someone is outside. Like
Yeah,
it freaked me out. It freaked me
A new
out.
product to work and see how it works. You know.
Yeah. So that was my week.
Yes.
Jeez.
Did you do anything interesting, Chris?
I saw The Nun too,
Ooh.
and I didn't see any of the other ones.
I heard that
but-
kind of sucked.
I didn't ever
like-
saw the first one.
See, like, my thing with The Nun, I have no problem with The Nun. I like the Crooked Man. I like the other characters that, what's that Crane guy from Insidious? Remember him? Not Fraser Crane. Not Fraser Crane. Or Niles.
Niles.
Yeah, Sherry Niles. But it was good. I liked it because there was actually a lot of monsters in the movie. There was a lot of practical effects. There was, like, you know how in Insidious, or The Conjuring 2, rather, when the thing spins and the Crooked Man jumps off of it?
Yes.
There was like a stained glass window with like a fucking werewolf, and it jumped off the stained glass, and it was like a guy in a suit, and
That's creepy.
Dude, there was
Yeah.
a scene where he was barreling down the steps on all fours, like just down the steps, and it looked like a guy in a suit. Like, it actually looked really good. There wasn't a lot of CGI in that movie, and I'll tell you what. The lady who plays the nun, she moves less than Steven Seagal does in his newer movies. She does not move. Like, she doesn't even raise like a hand in that movie.
That's
she just
creepy.
she just stands there and makes barely faces, and she probably gets paid good money to just be the nun.
I
And
never
she's
saw
like
the
60
first
years
one.
old. She's up
Is
there.
she?
Yeah, she's older. I think she's like 50 or 60. I know that's kind of
She's a very interesting face too.
I don't know what that is, but I'm
But
down
like
with it.
even without makeup, I'd be like, "Ugh."
Yeah, she just has a very
Like she's pretty, like, but it's just like it's weird. It's like a interesting face.
like, with all due respect,
Yes.
she almost looks like ancient. Like, she has like this not old and wrinkled. I mean, like, she has this very interesting like
Like a period drama face.
yeah, like she
Like-
has like a really interesting face that seems like it's from some like another time.
Yeah.
I just don't see a lot of people like her. Maybe that's the thing. you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
But like
But I
love
liked it. I liked it. Go see it.
I love people like that because I'm like because a part of me is like, what's your story?
Yeah, like, where are you from? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
like-
And people take offense to where you're from, but like, I'm interested.
Right.
I'm interested.
Right.
It has nothing to do.
I like to know.
Yeah.
I like to know things about
I
people.
wanna
I'm
see-
very nosy.
I'm like yes, I do want to know. Like when I first meet someone, I'm like, yes, I do want to know what your favorite color is, but what happened to you at 7 that made you this way? Like
Yeah, same.
It's the same thing with like wine. Like, don't you want to know where the
What's
grapes
your
are grown?
mom's name? Like,
Right.
like where'd you grow up?
I'm like,
What's-
I hate small talk. Like I will fucking like keel over dead. Like
Me too. But like, if you want to tell me like your life story, I'm down to hear it.
exactly.
So it's yeah. Goodness. Yeah.
I think that's it. And yeah, who we say died before? Who is that?
Smash Mouth.
Oh yes.
Ooh, we don't have to really get into it, but like, what about like the Danny Masterson?
Oh wow, dude.
I hope he fucking stays in
See,
prison.
Have you guys
Yeah.
read more than I have? Because I've
Yes.
like literally gotten most of my information from at work. And,
Yeah.
and because he's been talking about it, and we've been looking at like old clips from him in other shows.
Yes.
Like the same thing happened with Chris D'Elia. Remember that? He was in the show You. He's going after
It's
Jenna
almost
Ortega.
like it's almost like they give themselves away.
Like
before-
subconsciously. I don't know if it's on purpose.
I don't
but
know. But it's just like, ugh.
Art imitates life kind of thing.
It definitely
it's
does.
fucking insane.
Speaking
But-
of like, yeah, Jenna
Yeah.
Ortega, you guys brought up Beetlejuice 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah.
were asking how I felt about it. Don't get me wrong. I love her. I think she's great in everything. But I don't need her to be in everything.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like, slow
Like-
your roll.
I don't need you to take over every
Mm-hmm.
single franchise that is near and dear to me.
And that's how I fucking feel about Timothy Chalamet too, because I heard a rumor that he's gonna be playing Robin in the new Batman movie that's gonna start
He's already
filming.
playing Willy Wonka.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Who are you?
Robin? I'm like, Dick Grayson Robin? No.
It's like I understand they're trying to get their careers off the ground, but like at my disposal. Like, not that I have to watch these movies. but it's like in my realm. It's like just clouds it up. Like I don't need your
Right.
Maybe
your,
take
like,
a break and be in a rom-com.
Right.
And not...
The less of you, sometimes the better.
And I'm like, if I had to pick Timothée Chalamet, like if Timothée Chalamet had to be any fucking Robin, he would pull off a Jason Todd Robin better than a Dick Grayson Robin, and Dick Grayson Robin is gonna be the...
He looks like a dick.
Pun intended.
I gotta watch Dune though. I gotta check those out because those are pretty cool.
I don't know. Yeah.
You don't want to see a big sandworm?
You know.
You know, like worms?
No.
Wow.
Unless
Coffee
it's
and
Tremors.
It's Coffee and Scream and worms. I actually made it in little fine print right next to the
Oh,
logo.
you son of a bitch.
You shoehorned that in,
You
yeah.
son of a bitch.
Sorry.
I didn't even realize that. Oh, speaking of...
Oh, you're speaking of what? What was it?
Speaking of, I went to go look up the podcast on Apple Podcasts today, and we are now in the autofill searches.
Woo-hoo!
Yes. Okay.
So that means people have searched us up enough.
Motherfucker.
Right?
You want
Which-
to tell them one more time where you can find this and stuff? Well, they're probably already here.
They're
right?
they're already
Yeah,
here.
Okay,
on
that's true. I didn't know
Spotify
there was
and
any other
Apple.
websites.
Yeah, we're on Spotify and on Apple. We release
Yes.
every Friday. We also record every Friday.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I didn't know what I was gonna add there, but
But how crazy
oh
is
well.
the weather? I mean, I'm glad we didn't choose until now to start the show because we kind of have like a groove.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, with the exception of the last couple weeks.
Well, yeah, it's been a little, and we have a couple weeks coming up where but don't worry,
Yes.
that's not for you guys to worry about.
We are working hard.
No, the weather is finally breaking. It's beautiful and breezy today.
I know.
Got a fall candle lit. It's just,
Oh, is that what that is?
yeah, it's just, it feels good.
I have my fall scented perfumes. Bath and Body Works released their collection for Halloween early, so I got myself some Vampire Blood scented perfume, and it smells like fruity, like yogurt, but it's so fucking good.
You
And
can't eat it though, right?
I
No,
can promise
I wish
you,
I could
They
eat
gotta
it.
stop making-
when I get us like snacks and candy and all that, I will never, ever buy candy corn
Really?
for this show.
That's valid
How
though.
are you? You don't like candy corn either?
I like candy corn, but I have to be in a mood for
Can I
it.
change your mind? Can I at least give you something to think about while you eat it?
What?
Think of slightly stale ice cream. Or not ice cream, Jesus Christ. Icing.
I don't like icing.
You don't like icing? Okay, so
No.
that makes a lot of sense. Because I feel like to me it tastes like
It's
when
exactly what
a cupcake gets a little hard on the icing.
Almost like that royal icing that's like on cookies, like the hard icing.
Yeah, like
But-
almost fondant style.
Yeah.
But the
Like,
best
I
ice
don't- I'm
cream,
not an icing
but
lover.
my top two icings are the whipped cream based and then the cream cheese based.
Oh, cream cheese is good.
Cream cheese.
I love funfetti. Funfetti, dude. Give me
No,
a
the
fucking
best
spoon.
for me would be like box mix, like Duncan Hines cake with like the chocolate frosting out of like the can.
Duncan High, is it? Because we're a Betty Crocker household.
Are you? I'm
Yes.
not brand loyal. I buy
Okay.
whatever
open?
jumps out at me.
Whatever's
on
on sale.
the shelf. Yeah, but like the Pillsbury, whatever. Like that's it though. I don't want I don't
Not
like.
sponsors.
They don't. Yes, they are.
Okay. I didn't know. I was wondering who that little Pillsbury guy
Yeah.
is in the other room. I poked him. He didn't like
Yeah, I
it.
know.
He said, cut that shit out.
He's like, I see them Enemans cookies, you bitch.
He's just looking at the counter, just fucking phasing.
I'm also like a little freak when it fucking comes to Nutella. Like I will buy a tub of that and I will take a spoon and I will eat it like it's a fucking ice cream tub. Nutella.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I've never gotten into Nutella.
When it first came out, I was like, I loved it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's weird though because I don't like other hazelnut shit.
What, like Ferrero Rocher, like that candy?
Like no.
No?
Like I can't have like a hazelnut wafer.
What about a coffee?
I like hazelnut coffee and like Nutella, but like that's
Hazelnut's
it.
my favorite creamer.
It's good. I like the Irish cream or the Italian cream. Italian.
I do not like the...
I love Italian cream.
It
Italian
tastes like
sweet cream.
Boston cream. It makes
It's
your
so
coffee taste like a Boston
fucking
cream donut.
good, and I love
think so.
and I love the fact about Italian creamer is that I don't need to put extra sugar in it because it's already sweet.
It's sweet enough.
Yeah.
I never add sugar to my coffee.
I never really had cream, but when I do, it's Italian.
Every time I go
Yeah.
to Dunkin',
Sweet
they
Italian
never mix my sugar, so it's just like a fucking layer of sugar at the bottom, and I have to
Sugar
mix
sludge.
it, or my first sip will taste like sand.
Ray Charles working at that Dunkin' that we go to.
What happened?
I said, someone heard it. I'm just saying they're blind. They don't know
yeah,
what they're
they
grabbing.
can't. They don't make it. Like, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's
And
not.
why is it
Yeah.
so dark in Dunkin'? It's always so fucking dark in there.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's just
The only
the-
thing I don't like about them, like, it makes me. It's one of my pet peeves. It's like when you roll to the window. First of all, don't jump down my throat. Give me a second.
Yeah.
To be like,
They're like the
I feel
window's
so
open,
much.
he's hanging out of the window
I
watching
feel
you approach.
so much pressure to be like, cold brew. Like I don't maybe I wanted to try something different, but you put me on the spot and now I'm anxious.
Just be like, yo, let me know when you're ready to order.
And then
Maybe that could be your greeting.
but then you're like, say you're getting from more than one person. I'm like, can I get a medium black hot coffee? Anything else? Can I get a
That
large
pisses me off.
iced coffee, light sweet? Anything else?
Someone,
It's like, I will tell you.
as someone
when
who
I'm
worked,
done.
And that's all.
as
That's all I'll
someone
say,
who
and that's
worked
good.
in the fast food industry, though, like for a time, I worked at Taco Bell for a time, and I can tell you that at Taco Bell, at least, you are timed per car in the drive-through.
you have to get them in and
And yeah, so you have to get them in and out, or else it'll fuck up your daily average, and then it makes the manager mad, and then it makes the store owner mad, and then it's just like, and
Maybe
then
Dunkin' has
and
that,
then you
right?
get like
Yeah, but
fucking,
it sounds like their problem and not mine.
and then you
Yeah,
get
then you figure out how to talk to me in time.
Yeah, you're on my
Yeah.
time now.
Yeah,
But-
don't rush me because
but
you're on
like-
time limit.
Let me tell you something, Chief.
How about
but-
this? I'll have one of everything.
But that's like
And
to
then you
play,
just drive away.
but that's just me playing devil's
favorite.
advocate though. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but it's like
yeah,
at 3:00 or 4:30 in the afternoon
Yeah.
on a Tuesday or whenever I go to work. You have time to wait 15 seconds for me
Right.
to decide.
right.
So it's just I feel like such a Karen,
Yeah.
like complaining about that.
No, I
but-
get it. But,
and like I'll never ever like say anything, but it's just like okay.
dude, it's like service can be too good.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like you don't think that if like they
They're like 16-year-old kids. I'm not gonna break their balls.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're always super nice to me, and they like that I have a picture of my cat Billy on my debit card.
They're
They're always like, "Oh, it's so cute."
It's a nice card.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a very handsome boy.
He's good. Yeah.
He's the best.
He's gonna be on next
Yes.
episode.
Yes. Imagine.
That would be so fucking cute. Like, do you have anything to say, Billy? Meow.
Oh, no, just nothing.
Just
He'll
purring.
he'll say nothing at
Just
all.
hear like him rubbing against the mic and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I had a good couple weeks. I saw Mr. Bungle.
Mr.
If you guys are any Mr. Bungle fans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Fun,
And it
fun.
had Shipyard Pumpkinhead on tap.
That's cool.
Delicious on tap. Like
I bet.
It fucking blew me away. I was so excited. As soon as I saw it, I was like, my jaw hit the fucking floor.
Oh.
And I pissed my head off, dude. I had to 4 beers, 8 pisses, probably.
Did you pee your pants and cry?
No. But I rushed back because I was like, I want my spot because we got a good spot.
No.
I should have brought a fucking diaper.
Good day.
I wouldn't even have to move.
Should we save the
Well, no, I had to go get another beer. You might as well piss.
Silly.
I thought we could play a little game
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
because I think the three of us have probably seen the original Halloween.
Yes.
Like,
But you guys are gonna probably mop me.
you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched it, so
Like, who's
you
Dr.
might.
Loomis?
Doctor what?
Dr. Huh?
So you might win a little bit more over me. But I know who Dr. Loomis
How about we
is.
do this? We do Leprechaun trivia. We do the movie Leprechaun trivia. Very popular.
Yeah,
movie
you'd
from
wipe the
90s.
floor with me.
So, let's see here. How much did the 1978 Halloween movie cost to make? 1.2 million, 300,000, 500,000, or 100,000?
I want to say 100,000 because I remember watching an interview, and it was no.
5. I'm gonna say 500,000.
I'm gonna say 3.
Okay.
I was right.
Oh, it was 300,000.
$300,000.
Because I
Right,
remember
1 point on the board for Jess.
the reason why I went with the lowest one though, because I remember watching an interview with John Carpenter, and he said that they had like a really like cheap budget.
Yeah, well, that's
So-
definitely cheap. For,
Yeah,
for
they,
Yeah.
Gave, her, they gave Jamie Lee Curtis like just a couple $100 like buy
Yeah.
all clothes.
That's what the JCPenney, right?
Was the What was the original title of Halloween?
Oh, don't.
No. Okay,
Give me a second. Oh, fuck.
I have it's multiple choice, but
Yes.
all right. Can I give you the multiple choice one so we don't?
Yes.
I guess. Oh, I forgot
right.
that was a thing. I was
'Cause I know the
trying to
Michael's
actually-
listen. Michael's Revenge. No.
Yeah,
No,
All,
It's all Busta Rhymes.
All Hallows Eve.
absolutely
That's
not.
the first Terrifier movie.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Trick or treat, mother.
The Masked Murderer.
No,
I think we're all gonna get this one. The Babysitter Murders.
the Babysitter Murders.
That's what it was?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, because I don't.
Because I remember it had the word babysitter in it.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. The events of the original script, titled The Babysitter Murders, took place over several days. The script was changed to have everything happen on the same day to reduce the number of locations and costume changes and keep the film under budget. It was decided that Halloween, the scariest night of the year, was the perfect night and title for the film. Okay, who was not approached to play Dr. Sam Loomis? Vincent Price,
Oh, shit.
Peter Cushing, Donald Pleasance, or Christopher Lee?
Well, Donald
Christopher
Pleasance
Lee,
obviously
too?
played him, so...
Yeah.
It's Gandalf. Isn't that Gandalf? Christopher Lee? Or maybe he was the other guy. The other guy.
I'm gonna...
Mordor.
Trick question, it was Donald Pleasance, and he got the role anyway.
Let's see.
No.
I'm gonna say
I don't know this one.
I'm gonna say Christopher Lee wasn't approached. He's way too fucking tall. Fuck!
All right, I'm
Alright.
gonna say Peter Cushing.
Oh!
It was Vincent Price.
They never even
Really?
asked him. He's probably too much of a. He'd probably steal the
Yeah.
show. He'd probably steal the show.
It says Carpenter approached Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee to play the role of Dr. Loomis, but both turned him down due to low pay. But Lee later said it was the biggest mistake he ever made in his career,
Wow.
that's crazy.
And his next biggest mistake was being in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Who inspired the character of Michael Myers?
Oh, fuck.
A psychiatric patient? Carpenter's son? Ron Howard?
Clint Howard. Clint Howard inspired me to write Halloween.
He gives me the creeps. Or Alfred Hitchcock? Who inspired? I hope it's not Carpenter's son. It'd be like that little creep.
I feel like
I
we're talking
think-
about the movie, or we're
I
talking
think
about
it's
the character.
Hitchcock.
I feel like
We're
it was
talking about the character?
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock, you think?
No.
Yeah.
Are we?
Who inspired the character of Michael Myers? A psychiatric patient,
I don't
Carpenter's
know.
son, Ron Howard, Alfred Hitchcock.
I'm going to say Ron Howard because that's insane.
Okay,
Not
that
him?
is not
Okay, I figured.
Ron Howard.
It was probably Hitchcock, right?
I'd be surprised.
No?
Yeah, no, he doesn't have like.
Let's say I'm gonna go with Carpenter's son. Jesus Christ!
Wow, we're fucking.
All right, so it was a
striking
psychiatric.
out.
Okay, a
Is
psychiatric
this like
patient.
fucking hardcore mode? Like,
I don't know.
Well, he
Okay.
is a psychiatric patient.
How many different people are believed to have portrayed Michael in the 1978 film?
3, right?
Yes, I'm gonna go with 3.
Yeah.
It's him unmasked.
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay.
one person. It
Him
is
as the little boy.
him as a little boy, and then it's Nick Castle when he's wearing the mask.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go
3.
with 3. It's 7, 3, 9, or 5.
3. I'll go down with the ship.
All right.
Oh,
What?
It's probably 5.
How was that not right?
Who are you missing?
Because
How many
no,
people are believed to have portrayed Michael in 1978?
I refuse to believe that because when you go to the fucking cast list, there's only
There's
3
3.
people.
5? I'm so confused. But you know what? Fuck this question. I'm skipping it.
What
They're
is
wrong.
that?
What?
All right, we all know this one. What mask does Michael wear? Neil Armstrong, Captain Kirk, Luke Skywalker, a clown.
Captain Kirk.
Yeah, it's the only Star Trek guy because I was like,
Yeah.
I know it's William.
It's Will
but I don't know
Shatner.
if
Also,
it's-
fun fact, did you know that Will Shatner didn't know that it was him until his kid pointed it out? And
I
then
didn't know that was.
yeah.
I didn't know that was William Shatner's
Yeah,
mask.
and then,
until, I'm talking probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, and then he was sitting down with his kid and he was just like, "Dad, that's your mask." And then he was just like, "Really?" And he said he was like fucking flattered. Like,
That's all.
right,
He
right.
Like, no fucking way.
This question is for Chris specifically.
Okay, I'm here.
What time signature is the Halloween theme written in? 9/8, 12/16, 6/2, 5/4.
5-4.
5/4.
Yes.
High
I
five!
bow.
That is awesome.
I had to play it in my head. I was like, because it's not normal. It's not
yeah,
Alright.
it's like an odd one.
Yeah, because it's like has an extra something in it.
Yeah.
By
It's extra.
2018, how many Halloween films had been made?
Wait,
think I
what
know.
year?
By 2018, how many?
What
It's
are the options?
9, 15, 6, or 11. I'm going with 11.
I'm going with 11
I've been
too.
watching Stranger Things. Oh!
Yeah!
All
My
right.
girl. I don't know how I feel about number 8 though. She's kind of giving me the creeps.
Why can't Michael be killed? He's a ghost. He's just lucky.
He's just Michael.
He's a god. An ancient druid curse.
He's an ancient druid
No
curse.
fucking way.
Yeah, is that like the one with friggin' what's his name? Paul Rudd. Remember, it's like the little symbol on his hand, on his arm.
Halloween?
Yeah.
Which one is this?
That's number 6.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah. He's in
Paul Rudd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul
Yeah.
Rudd?
An ancient druid curse. Boom.
That's how Michael...
Hold on.
That's why
Yes.
Hold on. I'm
In
gonna
Halloween,
do.
the
When?
curse of Michael Myers, it is revealed that Michael is a victim of an ancient druid curse, which explains his inhumane strength and resiliency.
I'm gonna
I thought it
do.
was the evil.
The
He was so evil he couldn't die.
No.
I'm gonna do a little apologism for Michael Myers here for a second, though,
not his fault.
because Dr. Loomis looked at the 6-year-old boy and said, "Yeah, that's Satan," and did nothing to fucking help him.
Well, I mean, think about it.
I'm like, he's a 6-year-old little fucking boy. Relax, dude.
I have a Charlie horse in my foot.
Can you move?
I'm good. No, I'm good. I know, I gotta get up.
Dude, that's
My foot's asleep. Fuck.
that's crazy, dude. I love that.
I
That's
gotta
why I'm
stop
so
sitting
shocked.
like a child. Like I sit like with my legs all tucked up under myself.
You're so silly. That's why.
I'm still starstruck. That's crazy to me.
That's a good one too.
That's
I
like,
really like that one.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Oh.
And that reminds me of like The Exorcist, like
Last-
Pazuzu.
Last question. All right. What is the name of the reality TV show in Halloween Resurrection that invites guests to spend the night in Michael's childhood home? Paranormal Investigators,
Bust around.
Ghost Facers, Dangertainment, America's Most Haunted. It's Dangertainment. Oh, come on.
That's funny though. That's
Dangertainment.
terrible. That's a terrible name.
Woo!
Dude, we passed this chiropractic
Oh my
place.
god.
Kyle
Oh,
and I.
should we take the Am I Gay test?
Yeah, that's next. I want to see.
No. Okay.
I want to see how gay I am.
I would say that we passed that test.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were driving. Kyle and I were driving past the place. Speaking of like dumb names,
Yeah.
there was a chiropractic office, and the doctor's name was Lyle M. Back. Lyle M.
No, it
Back.
wasn't.
I swear to God.
it's
I
not.
swear to God. It's near Philly. It's like I think right outside of Whiting.
Was he just trying to like pull a funny?
I thought it was like a Bob's Burgers like place because that seems like something they would do in Bob's Burgers or a show like that, like a parody show.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's okay. One time I gave my character the initials of the National Rifles Association by accident.
You didn't realize, though.
Yeah,
I also almost named my child.
Ooh,
It would have been something derogatory. I can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Last name G, first name F.
middle.
Do the math.
Yeah, middle name. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Mad Libs, fill in the blank.
But I think we should get started.
Yes.
I think we should get into what we're here for today.
Yes.
Today we are going to be talking about stalkers. We're going to talk about some Hollywood stalkers that did the ultimate no-no.
Yes. Which I feel like it's fitting that we did the trivia about Halloween because
Being
Michael
stalked
himself
and-
is a stalker.
Yes.
Yes. Right. And we did a little heads and tails. And
Yes.
I won.
Or lost,
So,
depending on how you want. If you wanted to go first, I don't know.
I will go first.
You can
then.
go first.
All right. So the case that I chose to do was the Christina Grimmie case. A very sad one, but
Yeah.
as they all are. Christina Grimmie was born on March 12th, 1994 in New Jersey. Her mother was a receptionist until her diagnosis with breast cancer. And as of 2014, her father was an employee at Verizon Communications. She had an older brother named Marcus, and Grimmie grew up in Marlton, NJ, where she went to a Bethel Baptist Christian School, Marlton Middle School, and Cherokee High School. Grimmie's passion for singing was discovered by her father when she was 6, and at age 10, she started to play the piano. Despite having piano lessons, Grimmie said she learned by ear. Under the username ZeldaXLove64, Grimmie would put videos to YouTube at age 15. Grimmie said she started posting her music for 2 reasons. The first reason was that she wanted people to be able to connect with her music. And the second reason was that her friend had encouraged her to post videos to the site. Grimmie's first video was a cover of Hannah Montana's Don't Want to Be Torn. And she was recognized at first for her cover of Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA in August of 2009. The public gained interest in her for her voice, personality, and interpretations of the songs she's covered. And in 2010, Grimmie was homeschooled and during the same year covered Just a Dream by Nelly. And she covered the song with YouTubers Sam Tsui and Kurt Hugo Schneider. This video gained over 190 million views over the course of 10 years and was made available on iTunes and Spotify. In 2011, after scoring second place behind Selena Gomez in a YouTube music competition, Grimmie was discovered by Gomez's mother, and Gomez's parents became her managers. Selena Gomez became Grimmie's mentor, and Grimmie opened for Gomez and the Jonas Brothers in concert, in their Concert of Hope tour. They toured for 6 weeks together. On June 14th, 2011, Grimmie released her debut EP titled Find Me, and she appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show with fellow YouTuber Tyler Ward, where they covered Lil Wayne's How to Love on October 10th, 2011.
Banger song.
Grimmie scored more jobs with Selena Gomez and was chosen for a commercial for Xbox's Kinect and Doritos.
Oh, God, remember that? The Kinect? Not
Yeah.
Doritos. They're still around.
Disney had also recognized her, most likely due to her affiliation with Selena Gomez. In January 2012, Grimmie moved to LA to pursue her career, and in April, got signed with the Creative Arts Agency. On Disney.com, Grimmie starred in a web show called Power Up with Christina Grimmie, which ran from March 29th, 2012, which was my birthday.
Really?
Yes, I was born on March 29th.
Oh,
I was like, oh, that's fun. And that ended in June of 2012. Grimmie also announced that she was working with a band called Rising Tide, which was a teenage group from NJ.
She's from New Jersey. You were saying earlier.
Yes. Grimmie's fame increased, and she released her first album in August of 2013 called With Love. Grimmie was also befriended by Shane Dawson, a now disgraced YouTuber.
Dude, I literally almost said his name as a joke. I'm gonna start if I have a feeling, I'm gonna say it because, like, when you said shared the stage with like Tyler Ward or whatever, I was gonna say Shane Dawson. That's crazy. Go on.
Yeah, but they were friends. Shane Dawson is now disgraced, but they were friends. And she even made an appearance in an episode on his podcast called Shane and Friends in 2014. In 2014, Grimmie auditioned for The Voice and performed Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball for her audition. Every coach turned their chairs for her, and the coaches were Adam Levine, Blake Shelton, Shakira, and someone else that I don't know. Yes. Wow. So they all turned their chairs for her, and ultimately she chose Adam Levine to be her coach. And she chose Adam after he told her she had the ability to be a huge star, quote, for her voice and stage presence. Despite making it to the live finale, though, Grimmie did not win. She won third place.
That's not bad. Hey, you ever see Bring It On?
Exactly.
Second place, hell yeah.
Right. During the competition, Levine expressed his desire to sign Grimmie to his record label, which was 222 Records. She settled on Island Records, though. And she toured with her fellow voice contestants.
Okay.
Grimmie was writing and recording the music for her second album at this point, along with her third major release and first release being signed to a label. The lead single was set to be released in July of 2014, with the album later that year. In February of 2015, Grimmie collabed with Disney star Dove Cameron and made a music video for the Disney show Liv and Maddie, which Cameron starred in.
Is that the one where she has like a twin sister?
Yes, okay. One of them's like the sporty one, and then like the other one's like the pop star diva.
Yeah.
Cute. On June 10th, 2016, Grimmie performed at the Plaza Live in Orlando, Florida. And this is when it goes downhill, unfortunately. The performance ended at 10 p.m. and Grimmie was signing autographs inside the plaza. At 10:24 p.m., she was approached by a man named Kevin James Loibel, who was 27 years old. Initially, Grimmie thought he was too shy to greet her, so she opened up her arms to give him a hug. Loibel then pulled out his Glock pistol and shot her 3 times at point-blank range. Loibel was attacked by Grimmie's brother Marcus, and as they fought, witnesses fled the scene. Loibel freed himself from Grimmie's brother's grasp and backed into a wall and shot himself fatally.
I think I remember this. I don't.
Can you imagine, like, for her brother
Yeah.
to not only witness that, like, that's
Right.
so terrible, but, like, to
Right.
try to, like, fight this guy, like...
Because her brother...
Inch of his life.
Because her brother became one of her managers, like, while she was rising to fame and everything, and, like, he was with her every step of the way. Like, could you imagine, like,
No.
building something with your sister and then, like, it ends like that? Like, it's crazy.
And what did this guy just want to own her life?
He's
Like, we'll go to heaven together.
Yeah, we'll
Take the bus together.
we'll get to that. But
Do you have a manifesto or like some kind of...
he didn't. But Grimmie was given CPR by an attending physician at the venue before being transported to Orlando Regional Medical Center. She was in critical condition, obviously, and she was pronounced dead just before 11 p.m. Her official cause of death was 3 gunshot wounds, 1 to the head and 2 to her chest.
Oh my god.
And she didn't, it wasn't immediate. Like, she survived for the most part. Like, in terms of the shot to the head wasn't fatal at the moment. It wasn't like an immediate death. Like, she still clung on. Like, that's insane.
It doesn't say where, like, if she was shot in the chest first or, like, the head first, but, like,
No, she was still shot in the head, right?
But either way, she lived a...
Yeah. She didn't die right there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
she lived for a compelling amount of time before she succumbed. The Orlando PD said Loibel had traveled to Orlando with 2 handguns, extra ammo, and a hunting knife with intentions to kill Grimmie, and then travel back home afterward.
Jesus.
That was his initial plan?
Yes. Loibel was able to pass through due to the lack of metal detectors and lack of stop and frisks done by guards at the venue.
You don't see a lot. Yeah, you said
Yeah,
it was
because
at a mall,
you know
right?
how
Or was it at a mall? Or was
it was in a live plaza venue. So, like, you know how, like, you go to a concert now and you have to go through the metal detector. If you have a bag with you, they send you off to the side and everything. That wasn't a thing there. So, Loibel's guns were purchased legally. It's the state of Florida where he lived. It's fucking easy to get a gun there.
He wasn't diagnosed with any pre-existing mental issues, right? It's
No.
Just kind of probably, you just kept it up. You probably kept it quiet.
No, actually, though he had no criminal record, he had run-ins with police in the past, and Grimmie and Loibel did not know each other, and Loibel did not have any mental health diagnoses, but he did have a history of violence. Police didn't offer a motive, but said that Loibel had an unhealthy infatuation with Grimmie and even went through plastic surgeries to alter his appearance to seem more attractive to her.
He did?
Yes. He, like, went through eye surgery, like, lost weight.
Didn't you get hair plugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He, like, fucking dyed his hair blonde and everything. Like, it was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like an old man who's trying to come back
Yeah.
on the scene, but he's 27.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
How old was she?
That's a warped
I
sense.
think probably, like, 20 something.
Probably just 20.
Yeah.
Like 21.
Yeah. Only Loibel's close friends and coworkers knew about his obsession with Grimmie, but not the full extent of it.
Yeah. Like,
So
sure, when I see a picture of Kat Dennings, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but you're...
But that's, I don't...
But you're
I'm not
normal
even thinking
about it.
now.
But you do have long hair like Andrew WK.
Oh, so you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a
I'd
chance.
I'd mop the earth with him. You hear that? Fucking try it! We'll see.
Oh,
Jeez.
I want to do like a face off with him, right in front of her.
Jesus Christ.
She does the.
Like a hand to the chest.
She rubs the nape. The subtle rub
the
of
clavicle.
The nape. The subtle rub of the clavicle. Textbook.
Just oh.
Yeah. She like buttons. She like buttons it up a little, and then maybe unbuttons the two of them.
That's so
One
silly.
step forward, 2 steps back.
Okay. Okay.
Jesus
quit.
Christ. All right,
She's a big fan of the show.
back to Christina Grimmie. Anyway,
Back to murder.
Yeah. They said Loibel. So Loibel's friends and coworkers said that he became angry and defensive when asked about his obsession. Before the shooting, Loibel said that he was tired and ready to ascend. And concert goers even said at the scene that like he was like fucking weird and creepy throughout the entire thing.
In the back, just
Yeah.
staring,
Yeah.
His feet aren't even touching the ground.
not dancing,
No.
Yeah.
not singing along.
He looks like a fucking support beam just standing there.
Yeah. On June 16th, Grimmie was buried at Berlin Cemetery in a private ceremony. And in Medford, NJ, the following day, friends and fans held a public memorial for her. Grimmie's death affected so many lives, and she was immortalized in memorial posts and videos by YouTubers and other music artists. Like the likes of like Justin Bieber were fucking talking about her and everything. Like,
Yeah.
like
It's shocking too.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you got like people got to be really careful about where, if you're gonna put yourself out there, you need to take precautions.
Right.
Like, there's
No
a lot
one
of
stalk us,
yeah.
please. No,
No!
unless you're like Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, you can. What's going on? You doing like the Sam Elliott voice outside, just hanging out?
He just like pops out of the bushes. I'm like,
It's Bradley.
oh,
Bradley.
tickle
Scare
me.
me.
Jesus.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Don't do that, guys.
That's
Yeah.
so mean.
Just like maybe try to like become friends, talk,
Right.
strike up conversation, see if you hit it off.
Mm.
Give her the choice.
What if he brought the gun for her to sign?
Christopher!
That's
We
so
can cut
fucked.
that out. We can cut that out. I had to say it.
I'm not
I was like,
cutting it
yeah,
out.
that's good. Okay.
On June 11th, a
Cut
GoFundMe.
off. What? Hair trigger. All right, what is it?
Ow, my hand.
On June 11th, a GoFundMe was created to cover the funeral costs. On June 11th, a GoFundMe was created to cover the funeral costs, and that surpassed this goal of $4,000 in 2 days, making over $170,000.
Wow.
Like,
Which
did
is
they raise that
a
from
lot,
100
yeah. A Change.org petition was made to name a Zelda character after Christina, as she was a fan of the franchise.
Aw.
Yes. Grimmie's death also heightened security measures at future venues. Grimmie's family created the Christina Grimmie Foundation, which raises money for victims of gun violence and breast cancer, as that is what her mother died of.
No parent should outlive their kid, right? Or
Yeah.
Did she die when she was alive or after the fact?
Her mother died first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it still stands.
Yeah.
It's still
Because her father's still there, so yeah.
her dad and her
See,
brother,
that's
right?
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And it even probably has to fucking hit the brother harder, because he probably has like some form of survivor's guilt, because he fucking tackled the dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Or not just that, like PTSD.
Right.
Fought
And he's
right in
lucky
front of
he
his
didn't
eyes.
get shot too.
Right.
Like, the guy was armed.
Yeah.
Right.
No one else was hurt, right?
no, it was just
Well,
her.
physically.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
a lot of
I'm
people were,
sure. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. In December of 2016, 6 months after her murder, Grimmie's family filed a lawsuit in court for Christina's wrongful death. This lawsuit went against the concert promoter, the foundation that owns the venue, and the security that worked the event. In January of 2017, the promoter and owner of the venue requested that the judge dismiss the lawsuit, and this was granted because in Florida, there's a law that doesn't allow business owners to be held liable for attacks at their venues.
Interesting. It's just a lot of, like, you're giving the world the benefit of the doubt. Like, who's going to come here and do this?
Right.
And I know it's not, like, the most common thing in the world, but... You know, like even like for merchandising, like don't you want camera or at least someone here to fucking bounce people? Especially were they serving drinks? Is it a place that would serve drinks? Because you'd think they have security.
I believe so because it's Florida. Like not to be like stereotypical or anything, but you can buy a fucking gun in Walmart there. It's like anything goes there.
Pretty much. It's like the Wild West.
I bought an RPG at 7-Eleven.
It's fucking crazy. Despite this dismissal of the case, though, the Grimmie family was able to refile this as long as they amended their initial suit and like had more distinction between like who they were suing and everything. Where am I? Yes. And in May of 2017, the Grimmies did just that. So on April 9th, 2018, it was revealed that a judge rejected the defendants' AEG Live and the Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra Plaza Foundation motions to dismiss the case, and the lawsuit moved forward. In the lawsuit, Grimmie's family said that the defendants had failed to take adequate security measures to ensure the safety of performers and attendees at the concert venue. And the family were also allowed to move forward with their negligent infliction of emotional distress case. The judge determined more research would need to be done on the claims before they were going forward, which to me is fucking bullshit because she died. She died. It's fucking bullshit that they had to do that. Mm-hmm. And it makes me even more angry because according to court records, in December 12th of 2019, Grimmie's family had to dismiss the case themselves voluntarily because they weren't fucking like doing enough to look into it.
And they probably were trying to bleed him out in court too. A lot of places will do that. Because they have a lot of money. So if they absolutely need to, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these places have like a nest egg they put aside just for things like that, where it's like a tug of war. Who has the most money? Who wants to spend the most time in fucking court?
Right.
You know, and sometimes you just get bled dry until you're like, this isn't even like financially viable.
Right.
Like now I'm broke and my daughter's dead.
Right.
You know. Awful. And if you're broke, what are you gonna do?
And like to think like her mother before dying to breast cancer like survived that shit 3 times before. Like they were probably fucking broke from the chemotherapy treatments and everything too. So like
insurance because it seems like she was probably the first one in her family that had some stardom, right?
Yeah, because
she
like
was just getting started.
Yeah,
like, not even enough to.
Like she was still like a rising star. Like the 48 Hours episode on her, I think is titled like "Death of a Rising Star" and everything. Like she wasn't even there yet.
No, she was like just literally nipped in the bud, potentially lost. You know,
right?
And it's terrible.
On top of being a rising star, though, Grimmie was also an animal rights activist.
Aww.
She participated in fundraising events for the Humane Society of the U.S., and the Christina Grimmie Medical Fund for Animals was created in her honor. She posthumously won an Impact Award for her animal rights activism. She also worked with PETA to promote animal adoption and adopted a dog in 2014. PETA honored Grimmie by giving her a leaf on their Tree of Life. And she was also an anime fan that streamed on Twitch regularly. And I just wanted to add this too, because to me it really speaks like who she is as a person. In her signature, there's a smiley face in her signature.
Oh,
just so fucking sad.
Just like a happy person. Just
it's like her name scribbled and like a little smiley face. She was trying to hug him.
Like she was like,
yes,
I'm gonna give you a hug. Oh, you're shy.
Because he was like, because she probably thought like, oh, he's probably too shy to like approach me, so I'm gonna approach him. And
ladies, don't do that.
No,
they're shy for a reason.
It's so sad.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That poor girl. That poor family.
Right. And my sources were just Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy.
We put a damper on the show. No,
well, we're not done yet.
No, we're not. Oh, great.
We have more scary things. I was gonna say silly, but it's not very silly.
I'm ready to bring us down even more.
Yeah, hey.
It's just like I said, men, like just don't
in general.
Yeah.
Don't do that. No.
To commit suicide like a real man.
It's...
Hurt no one.
I
Maybe
don't
cleaners.
get the, like, obsession. Like, you first of all, like, how to be obsessed with someone that you haven't even talked to? That's insane.
That's
Right.
well, think about it. Like, if he's probably... Think about the inside of that guy's head, the fantasy. Like, it's probably, like, Saturday morning cartoons in his head.
Well, that's what
He's probably got a warped sense of self, and he's
That-
probably
that's
fantasized-
like- or
that's
like-
like what his family said. He like lived life as a hermit, like
yeah, just in his head.
never
Just
fucking left the
yeah.
house or anything.
Yeah, dude. But the fantasies are probably just insane. Like, he probably had full-on conversations with people in his head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like-
we all do sometimes, you know.
Well, I
Like,
do that
you're
when I'm
driving home,
angry.
like, who does she think she fucking is?
Yeah, like, yeah.
What does she think I am? Some kind of putz?
Yeah.
I say that shit, but I'm not insane.
No.
No, I'm not a psycho. Watch out.
Yeah, no.
So who's this next fucking sicko?
Okay, so the next case we are going to talk about is the case of Rebecca Schaefer. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. Well, Rebecca Lucille Schaefer was born on November 6th, 1967 in Eugene, Oregon. She was the only child of Dana and Benson Schaefer. Growing up, Rebecca had aspirations to become a rabbi, but during her junior year of high school, she began modeling. She appeared in commercials and as an extra and in department store catalogs. With her parents' permission, she moved to New York City in the summer of 1984 at just 16 to work with Elite Model Management. While in New York City, she secured a short-term role on Guiding Light, which is a daytime soap opera, as Mandy Sue. After that, she landed a 6-month stint on the show One Life to Live as Annie Barnes. And, like, in the 80s and stuff, like, soap operas were the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people, like, they watched them religiously. So, like, that was a big deal.
My grandmother still watches them.
Yeah, I remember even, like, my
There's
mom.
something about them that's really interesting to me.
I don't know. I was like, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. She's like, you could just jump in, trust me.
It's the
fine.
operas. It's dramatic.
That's my
It's so
thing. I
dramatic.
feel like it's very dramatic, and everyone talks very airy
Yes.
and like
especially with
shortness
the
of breath.
especially the ones my grandmother watches because they're the Italian soap operas.
that sounds
like
amazing.
the drama.
That's all the
drama.
Twin Peaks,
All right,
it
we have a
feels like.
guest
Yeah.
coming who will be here shortly. So let me, I'm sorry.
So I'm sorry. No, you're fine.
No,
You're
you're
fine.
She tried to further her modeling career, but she was considered too short for high fashion modeling because she was only 5'7". And hoping to have a bit more success, she moved to Japan in 1985, but found it difficult to secure work due to her height and weight. And mind you, like, she was not a heavy girl at all. Like,
She would be killing now.
yeah,
She'd be
she's
killing now.
she was beautiful. Yeah. So with that, she decided to return to New York City and focus strictly on her acting career. She supported herself during this time by working as a waitress and doing some magazine modeling. While appearing on the cover of 17 magazine, she caught the eye of television producers that were casting for the sitcom My Sister Sam. Rebecca was cast as Patty Russell, a teenager who moves from Oregon to San Francisco to live with her sister Samantha, Sam, after the death of their parents. And isn't it funny, like, in the 80s, like, there was such a huge, like, trend with San Francisco, I guess, because, like Full House and all that, I guess, was, like, the hip
Yeah.
place to live.
Yeah, it was
you
like
know?
With all like the Victorian townhouses and everything.
Yeah, oh,
the
God,
atmosphere
beautiful.
was very popular
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah. The show became a hit during the first season, and with that came the attention of a man named John Bardo. Bardo was born in January 1970 and lived in Tucson, Arizona. His upbringing wasn't the greatest, and he and his family had a long history of mental illness. Bardo himself was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and he often, acted violently and all that. Before Rebecca came into his radar, he developed an obsession with child peace activist Samantha Smith. And by obsession, I mean, like, he stalked her. Like, he, upon returning from the USSR, Bardo decided he wanted to travel to Maine to meet Samantha. And on the way there, he had a run-in with a state police officer. And he was afraid that he was drawing too much attention to himself, so he turned around and went home.
I wish you drew too much attention to yourself, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, like, just drive home forever.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to give up.
Drive off the edge of the world.
That'll be a real treat.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to give up on his plan to meet Samantha and had plans to try again. But that ended when Samantha was killed in a plane crash in 1985. She was just 13 years old.
Jesus.
So he was obsessed with a child.
So that plane saved her life.
From him.
Yeah.
Like
That sounds like
But, like-
pedophilia.
What is that from?
oh my God, Piper.
All right.
You know what?
Boy George, everyone.
That's right.
In studio. He hates stories like this.
No,
He gets sick.
it's a TikTok sound.
Okay, I was if you just said, I'd be like,
That was
I need to
golden.
roll over.
That was good. That was
Yeah.
good.
Just stop it.
Oh my God. Let's
see.
He turned his attention to pop stars Debbie Gibson and Tiffany, but because they were in New York, he couldn't find like a feasible way to stalk them thoroughly.
He moved on?
Yeah, because his obsession died in a plane crash. So
I thought he would have just been a normal guy now.
You would think.
Yeah.
And this is when he set his sights on Rebecca Schaefer. He began writing letters to Schaefer, and she even responded to one. It was like a headshot autograph that, that was just like a
million of them.
Yeah, exactly. He traveled to LA and visited the Warner Brothers lot, trying to gain access to the set of My Sister Sam and ultimately meet Rebecca. But he was denied access. And normally, actors and executives, they would, get notified if someone was there trying to meet them or for whatever reason. But because he left so quietly and was like, okay, I'll go, they didn't even tell her. They didn't even tell her that he was there.
That important.
And a month later, he returned with a knife, but again was denied access.
Jesus.
Yeah. The show was canceled after 1.5 seasons, and Rebecca decided to focus on more adult roles. Like, she wanted to break out of that, that teenager thing.
Yeah.
And he went back home, and he began to lose focus on Rebecca until he saw her in the 1989 black comedy Scenes from the Class Struggle in Beverly Hills. In the scene, she appeared in bed with another actor, and he became so enraged with jealousy that he decided he needed to punish her for, quote-unquote, becoming another Hollywood whore.
Oh.
Yeah. Taking inspiration from the stalking and stabbing of actress Teresa Saldana by Arthur Richard Jackson in 1982, Bardo found out that he could pay a detective agency to find Rebecca's address. He paid $250 to a detective in Tucson to obtain Rebecca's address from the California DMV.
What did he tell? What was the fucking intent? Did they ask why?
He's just paying.
He's not gonna totally fucking stab her to death.
Sure, yeah.
Nowadays, that wouldn't fucking fly.
Well, yeah.
They'd be like, what do you need with that information?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also able to get a Ruger 357 handgun with the help of his brother, which this whole family has like mental illness and.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
what did his brother do? The normal brother that just vouched for him?
But I'm not saying like mental illness means you're violent by any means. But
No, but
he showed signs of being violent in the past. Like, don't do that. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
Right.
On July 18th, 1989, Bardo then traveled to Los Angeles and went around Rebecca's neighborhood asking people for confirmation that she actually lived there. Once he was satisfied that he was in the right place, he rang Rebecca's doorbell. Rebecca answered the door as she was at home waiting for a script to be delivered. She was preparing to audition for The Godfather Part 3. When she answered the door, Bardo showed her a letter and autograph she had sent him in reply to one of his letters. They talked briefly, and being thoroughly creeped out, she told him to not come to her home ever again, which is highly inappropriate, I can only imagine.
Exactly.
Bardo sulked away to a nearby diner, but returned to Rebecca's door an hour later. As she opened the door, Bardo shot her at point-blank range in the chest in the doorway to her building. And Bardo took off running, and sadly Rebecca was pronounced dead 30 minutes after arriving to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. She was just 21 years old. Bardo was arrested the next day. He was reported to have been running through traffic and concerned motorists called it in. Once in the presence of police, he confessed to the shooting immediately. Since he confessed, he was giving a bench trial, which meaning no jury, just the judge is going to decide. Yeah, let's just get this done.
Throw him out.
Yeah, so the judge was
throw the trash away.
He admitted it. Do you really need a fucking jury?
No.
It's done. It's done. He admitted it.
And I'm glad they did it that fast because that to me is like, we're not going to give you the attention you want. Like, fuck off.
No.
Like
have a great
what if there was
fucking
two shooters and you're like, oh,
Jesus
here we fucking
Christ.
go, dude. Magic bullet.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
Yeah, grassy knoll.
Yeah, grassy knoll. Yeah, it was a grassy knoll.
Let me guess, JFK the sequel.
Yeah.
Like,
To the Lee Harvey.
Yeah, he's just. Ugh. Okay.
There was Lee Harvey and there was Oswald. 2 different guys.
Oh.
Yeah, like the octopus.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what was this dog?
Weenie, yeah.
Oh.
The dog had a gun too.
Dude, the days of like Oswald and Little Bill, good times.
And Little Bear.
Yeah, well, Little Bill didn't age well.
No.
Ugh.
So he was prosecuted against by Marsha Clark of the O.J. Simpson trial. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and because of his crime, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act was founded in 1994, and this prevents the DMV from giving out private addresses and other, identifying things to anyone who just fucking asks for it. And other anti-stalking laws came into play for the first time ever in America because of Rebecca Schaefer. Good. Yeah. And my sources were Wikipedia 2020. There's a episode on her called Your Biggest Fan, and just it has like her dad on there like talking about her, and like friends, and showing like pictures of her growing up, and just it's so sad. And Investigation Discovery.
Yeah.
Because also the story of Rebecca Schaefer.
Because also that like shows you like I'm not gonna get like too political or anything, but that like also shows you how like intrinsically broken America is, because like why do people have to fucking die in this country for laws like that to be passed? Like
that's the ultimate way to make sure something
right
passes, is just something goes that fucking bad.
Right.
It's like, now we gotta.
I'm like, okay, how many people have to die? Like,
right.
Because that's not very protecting the general welfare of the people of you.
Our guest is calling us. Christopher, can you answer this, please?
Yes.
I'm going to wrap up the show. So, yeah, that's crazy. It's horrifying what, people have to go through just trying to live their lives. But that'll do it for this week's episode of Coffee and Scream. Thanks for stopping by. And you can follow us on Instagram at
Coffee and Scream Podcast.
And on Twitter at @CScreamPod. That's C the letter Scream Pod. And don't forget to check out Wonder Time Theater every Tuesday at 8 o'clock on Twitch. And that'll do it for us.
Twitch.tv/WonderTimeTheater.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, stay safe and lock your doors. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.